Around Kansas, brought to you by
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. Go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter. We're back again. So, there still is a Maple Leaf Festival in the fall in Kansas, and it's near a battleground that was pre-Civil War, although we agree that the Civil War really began in the state of Kansas in the 1850s.
It really began at Blackjack, is my opinion, and my learned opinion, and that of many other scholars, that the Civil War actually began right here on Kansas soil. June 2nd, 1856, with the Battle of Blackjack, really close to Baldwin City, right on the Santa Fe Trail. Yep. So they've got a really wonderful historic site, and we're going to talk a little bit in this segment about the battle. But if you go visit the site, you can go anytime and walk the trails. So they've got some really beautiful trails there. You can actually walk up into the ruts of the Santa Fe Trail. And, people who haven't done it, you'll tell them, oh, you can go see the ruts, and they're like, big deal. It is a big deal. And when you stand in those ruts, and there's just something that comes over you when you think about how many thousands of people passed over, and the people that would have gone through there. And of course, my personal favorite, hometown boy Jeb Stewart. No idea how many times he would have trotted his horse right through that very spot. And it just sends chills over me. Well,
and some years ago, there used to be a musical during the Maple Leaf Festival called the Battle of Blackjack. It was a musical, and yours truly got to play a true life person in it, a Baptist minister that got captured by the slavers, and they poured liquor down him to find out when the Free Staters were going to move and where they were going to be, and the whole thing. And it was really a spectacular. And I hate to just say show, because it was gigantic. There were a lot of people in it, and it was a fun thing to do as well.
So look for the Maple Leaf Festival in Baldwin City. It's in September every year, I believe.
We'll probably do a story on that.
Yeah, we'll do something on that later on. In the meantime, let's take a look at the Battle of Blackjack.
This wasn't always a battlefield. It was a place of rest. The Blackjack Springs on the dusty Santa Fe Trail, a welcome spot in the shade of the Blackjack Oaks on a hot day. For 30 years, this was a peaceful place. Then came John Brown. Yes, the John Brown who set the Kansas Territory ablaze. In May of 1856, enraged at the sack of Lawrence by pro-slavery Missourians, Brown and his followers, including his sons, visited cabins along Mosquito and Pottawatomie Creeks, took 5 men and boys from their homes, and slaughtered them. The murders sent shockwaves through the settlers, and many left, went back to whatever was left of their previous lives. Brown became, mostly unofficially, a wanted man. Henry Clay Pate led a group of Missourians into the Kansas Territory to hunt down Brown. On June 1st, 1856, they camped in the grove of Blackjack Oaks. The next day, they found themselves in a desperate fight with John Brown, and when the shooting was over, Pate was Brown's prisoner. Days later, Brown would come face to face with soldiers from Fort Leavenworth, led by Colonel Edwin Sumner. Lieutenant J.E.B. Stewart was among those soldiers. His life would become intertwined with Brown's, and each would play a major role in the great drama unfolding in America. What is arguably the first battle of the Great Civil War took place along the already well-worn path of the Santa Fe Trail in Douglas County, years before the war would break out in the East. The site is owned by Blackjack Battlefield Trust, which has created trails throughout the property. While there are events at various times throughout the year, the park is open daily from dawn till dusk and offers a very different landscape than often imagined in Kansas. The vegetation is far more dense and lush. The land rolls and drops through thick woods. In other words, it is once again a peaceful respite from the rest of the world. Visit their website for information on supporting this important site, and be sure to put it on your itinerary as you are traveling around Kansas.
Well, we've been kind of silly today, so really the only thing I can think of is ba-dip. That's all, folks.
Happy April Fool's Day.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.